Today, we're getting into something really important if you're thinking about studying over New Zealand.
Yeah, understanding the visas, it trips a lot of people up initially.
Exactly. So many questions about the requirements. Our goal here, our mission, is just to clear things up a bit,
Hmm.
give you a solid idea of the main visa routes for international students.
Absolutely. New Zealand's got a great education system, right? But knowing which visa fits your plan, that's step one. It might seem a bit
A
complex,
little bit, yeah.
but we'll break down the main types, what they're actually for.
Okay, let's start with the big one then, the student visa. Our sources all point to this being the main path if you're looking at studying for, say, longer than 3 months.
Hmm.
And it's specifically for full-time courses, right, in places
Yeah.
that are properly accredited.
That's the key. Full-time accredited institution. That accreditation tells the government, your main purpose is genuinely study.
And that 3-month mark is important.
It really is. It sort of signals you're making a serious academic commitment. And the student visa allows for that, deeper dive into your studies. It offers things shorter visas often don't.
Like what sort of things?
Well, potential work rights, for instance, we can touch on that.
Yeah.
It just shows New Zealand is serious about offering a solid educational experience.
Okay. But what if you're not doing a full degree, maybe like a short, intensive English course?
Right.
Something to really sharpen those listening skills, perhaps.
Right. Or like a professional workshop under 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. What then?
Well, the sources mentioned the visitor visa could be an option there.
A visitor visa for study.
It can work for those shorter stints, yes.
Right.
But, and this is something to really think about,
I
if
bet.
there's any chance you might want to study longer, or if you want those potential benefits, like maybe working a few hours,
Right.
then honestly, the student visa is often the better, more robust choice, even if the course is just under that 3-month line.
Okay, that makes sense. Student visa for the longer, deeper academic stuff. Visitor visa possibly for the quick sprints.
Pretty much.
But lots of people think beyond graduation, too.
Mm,
Getting some work experience over there.
definitely. And that's where the post-study work visa fits in.
The next step, potentially.
Exactly. New Zealand kind of recognizes that international grads can bring a lot to the table.
Hmm.
So if you finish a qualification and it has to be at a certain level, the specifics matter.
Right.
Under your student visa, then you might be eligible to apply for this post-study work visa. It lets you stay on and get practical work experience in your field.
So it's like a bridge then,
Mhm.
from studying to working.
Sort of, yeah. A way to apply what you've learned.
Interesting. Now, the sources also mentioned, just briefly, a regular work visa. How is that different? Is that something a student might aim for eventually?
Well, the standard work visa is usually for people who already have a specific job offer from a New Zealand employer before they apply.
Oh, okay. So it's not directly linked to finishing studies in the same way.
Not typically, no. Someone might go from a student visa maybe to a post-study work visa, and then if they secure a longer-term job, they might transition onto a work visa. But the key difference is needing that job offer up front for the work visa itself. It's less of a direct student pathway.
Got it. Okay, let's quickly recap for everyone listening.
An idea.
So, main one, student visa. That's for your full-time study, generally over 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
For shorter courses, maybe under 3 months. The visitor visa could be an option, but weigh it carefully.
Right. Consider the student visa anyway.
Then, after you successfully finish certain studies on a student visa, there's the post-study work visa possibility for getting experience.
Yep. Gain that practical experience.
And finally, the work visa. That's generally for people who already have a job offer lined up.
Exactly. Understanding those basic structures, how they fit together, it's really fundamental for planning.
It really is.
And it's quite interesting, how each visa category really serves a specific function in New Zealand's wider immigration picture, balancing education and workforce needs.
So as you're thinking about your plans, maybe picturing yourself in a Kiwi classroom, really nailing that English listening. Think duration, think type of program, and then try to match it to the right visa pathway we've discussed.
And that brings up a good question for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay.
What are your ultimate goals? Is it just the study? Or are you maybe hoping to build a career there afterwards?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Your answer there will really help point you towards the right visa journey from the start.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that pretty much wraps up our deep dive into New Zealand study visas for today. Hope that's cleared the frog a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully it's helpful. But remember, rules can change, specifics matter. Always, always check the official Immigration New Zealand website. That's your source of truth.
Definitely the best advice. For more deep dives like this, exploring international study, do hit subscribe. And drop any questions in the comments. We do try to check those.
Please do.
Best of luck planning that potential New Zealand adventure. Think of all the amazing things you could learn and experience.
And just imagine how much your English skills, especially listening, will improve just by being immersed in that environment every day. That's a huge bonus.